And for the close-up shot under the hood, the inspiration in my mind was going back to the Transformers film with Megan Fox at the hood of the car. And we're not trying to do an exact copy, but we are using it as inspiration. How'd we do? All right, guys, today we're with fashion and commercial model Mercy. She pitched the idea of doing the bikini and car shoot. I said, well, we got to do a little bit better than that. It's a little bit cliche. Let's come up with something editorial. Let's do a story. So she said, I have an idea. Let's pretend I'm broken down on the side of the road. I've got a toolkit and I'm going to try to fix my car myself because I'm very self-reliant, obviously. So she goes about trying to fix the car. She's under the hood. She's got her wrench, but now smoke is coming out and she's getting a little frustrated. So eventually she's got to do her best to get some attention and get a ride, maybe even get a little bit crazy to get someone's attention. And I don't know about you, but this is the kind of crazy I like. So how does the story end? Well, stick around and find out. I'll take you behind the scenes of each editorial shot. If you will, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the video to get seen by people other than me and you. So I do appreciate it. Let's get going. All right, we start the story right at the moment of crisis. The hood is up, the smoke is rising, and Mercy is bent over the engine checking things out. Had to feel real, so we used smoke machine to simulate engine failure. I'll link my portable fog machine below. And we lit the scene with the magnum reflector to give it some pop. Since it was a flat gray sky day, the natural lighting was quite boring and flat. Otherwise, it would have just gone with the natural light. Next shot, we show Mercy's determination to solve this problem on her own. She's holding a giant wrench, sort of a giant wrench, not just for effect, but I feel like it gives her a feeling of power, control, and independence. I started with a horizontal composition, but then decided to frame it vertically for more of a magazine look. And with overhead shots, I always find them a little bit tricky to get a good composition, but we ended up getting a pretty good shot of Mercy working underneath the car with the added touch of the name to the license plate. And it's always tough when you're trying to get those overhead shots. You don't have a ladder or a step stool or anything with you, and you're trying to get a good angle. But you angle that LCD screen out so you can see it pretty well. Try to get the best angle possible and see what you can get. And for the close-up shot under the hood, the inspiration in my mind was going back to the Transformers film with Megan Fox at the hood of the car. And we're not trying to do an exact copy, but we are using it as inspiration. How'd we do? So going in for another close-up shot under the hood, but what we want to show here is that desperation has finally set in, and you can see by the body language she's given up on the DIY and drastic measures will now need to be taken. For the next shot, we are now shooting from the point of view of a driver driving towards Mercy. So she's given up on repairing her car and she's trying to flag down a ride. The shot was taken from inside of the vehicle looking out. This change adds perspective and helps to move the story forward. Okay, so now we need a little extra drama as Mercy jumps onto the hood of the car, pleading with the driver to give her a ride. It's chaotic, it's funny, it's desperate, and a little bit cray-cray, but as I said earlier, I can get behind that kind of crazy. So this is the climax of the shoot. Now, I switched out to the 12-24 Sony GF4 lens because I needed a much wider angle to shoot from. As you can see from these initial shots shot at 28 millimeters, they just weren't quite wide enough. But when I switched over to that 12-24, look at this. This is amazing, and the flash over there actually looks like the sun coming in to the window. I just love the way this shot came out. And for the final shot of the day, the finale success, she was able to land the ride. We ended up with a fun sort of cheeky shot, I guess, with just her legs hanging out the window, implying the story is now over. Or is it just the beginning? All right, so let's get on with the cheeky OnlyFans shots, the hot girl at the car calendar type shot. First off, we're going to try to make it even a little better than that and get some sort of fashion-y type shots. The challenge here is look at the setting. As I said, we weren't able to move the car. We had to leave it where it was. That behind her is a dam. Now, I'm trying to sort of just do the best I can with the flash and see if we can get something interesting regardless of the background. And I think we got some pretty cool shots just like that, just by zooming in a little bit to where we're not really featuring the environment as much in the shots. We're focusing directly on the model. We got some of these really cool shots. Now remember, the portrait police will tell you not to intersect the model's neck with a line across the background, which is exactly what I did in a shot or two there. Doesn't really bother me, but just something to watch out for. Now, some tips for shooting in the wind. Bring an assistant if you can. I didn't have one. You might want to lower the light. That will keep it from swaying so much back and forth in the background. You can lower it. You can see it's twisting to the left there at the top. I loosen it at the top there, so as the wind grabs it, so to speak, it swivels a little bit in the wind instead of tipping right away, if that makes any sense at all. You can also weight the bottom of your C-stand with sandbags. That helps as well. We've got some really nice editorial type shots there. I really love just the black and white. So let's just go with that from now on, because the environment is not that great. So let's just focus on getting shots with the model. One final tip: if you have a rail or something to tie your stand to. I got so tired of the wind nearly tipping over the light. Even though I had a sandbag, a C-stand, and everything else, I used the blanket and I tied the dang thing to the rail over there. Now I don't have to worry about it tipping over anymore. Now I can pay attention to what I'm doing. Now, in spite of it being a windy day, as you can see, we're using that wind to our advantage. We're letting the hair flow in the wind, we're letting the clothes flow in the wind, and it adds some interest to the shots, right? Alright guys, to conclude, this shoot really did push me creatively. I didn't want to just do the cliche hot girl slash at the car shots. So this shoot really made me try to be a little more creative, and with the limited landscape we had to work with, pick and choose my composition and angles. So let me know in the comments how you think we did overall and how you think we could have improved, because just remember, no matter how good you think you are, you can always be better. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and have a good one.
Hello guys. Today we're shooting at Canyon Lake.
What are we doing today? What's your name?
My name is Mercy Zawetsky.
So it's windy as all hell out here. We are doing a car shoot theme today, but we wanted to do more than just car shoot, right?
Yeah.
You said car shoot, and I was like, that could get real cheesy real fast, right?
Mm-hmm. He didn't want it to look like OnlyFans.
Right. Right. So we thought, maybe we'll do something editorial. I was like, maybe you have a black cat running out in front of you. You're thinking some story, so you're like, well, maybe I'm on the side of the road and we're broke down and there's smoke coming out. And then we started brainstorming. We get a toolbox, which I brought one. Did you bring a toolbox?
No.
I brought a toolbox and a wrench.
And a wrench.
I got smoke, so when you pop open the hood, which in this car is in the back.
Yeah, the trunk, the engine is in the trunk.
Yeah, I'm not used to fancy cars.
Me neither.
Yeah, what else?
We're gonna get some shots of me under the hood, fixing the car.
Right. That's it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go for it.
Let's get to it.
All right.
Woo.